Boker Tov, good morning. It's Monday, December 25th, 2017, and it's time for another Messianic Moment with Stephen Bruck. Hi. Okay, I'm not going to talk about Christmas. I know you're thinking, oh, it's Christmas. You must talk about Christmas. No, I'm not. I am going to talk about demagogues, though. Demagogues? Demagogues? What are you talking about, demagogues? Well, I have a reason, and hopefully it'll come clear very soon. But first, let's see. What is a demagogue? Okay, I got this from Wikipedia. A demagogue or a rabble-rouser, again, leader in a democracy, gaining popular by exploiting prejudice and ignorance among the common people. He whips up their emotions. Okay, they try to overturn or threaten to overturn customs and traditions, basically, and they advocate immediate forceful action. Essentially, what they do is a demagogue is somebody who looks at people, takes a political position, meaning he talks to people. It could be a mob leader, it could be a religious leader, it could be a political leader. A demagogue doesn't have to be a political system. It could be any system. Anybody who stirs up people's emotions against something else. Let's talk about some of the demagogues you may know in our recent past. Well, Hitler. Was Hitler a demagogue? Duh. I mean, he stirred up all the emotions of the Germans against the Jewish people, and look what that got us. Here's one you might not think about, Anita Bryant. Remember her? She used to do the orange juice commercials. She was a Miss America. Well, in the 70s, she became very well known for stirring up emotions against gay rights. Okay, now there you sort of had a bridging, a hybrid between a political and a religious system that she was working with. Malcolm X, he was a black activist, and he was a demagogue. He stirred up people's emotions very much. Ralph Nader, now here's somebody, he did good for the country, but he was, in a way, a demagogue. He stirred up people's emotions against an unpopular thing, which was lack of consumer protection. And somebody else, Chris Parker, I had to look his name up. He's one of the recent leaders of the KKK. Clearly, they attack people's emotions. They stir them up against a group. Now, what do you look for in a demagogue? Okay, well, what we're looking for, again, obviously, stirring up people's emotions, getting people into a big, emotional upheaval and snowballing these emotions, attacking something that is unpopular, attacking traditions, attacking people, attacking things that are a common enemy, and promising a better future. So, basically, a demagogue is going to come up, and a demagogue is going to be against something. A demagogue is going to say, we are against this. We don't have to deal with it. We shouldn't have to. Look at what they've done to us. Look at how bad this is. They've lied to us. They've cheated us. They've done this, blah, blah, blah. The system doesn't work. I want to do something better. We should not use this. We should make our own, and then everything will be better. So demagoguery is very close to doing something that's good for people. I mean, all of these things can be used in a positive way. So what am I really worried about? Well, why am I even talking about this? It's because of what I've been seeing on Facebook posts against, and this isn't just recently, and this isn't against any one person. If any of you have done this and posted it in Facebook, please, I'm not attacking you, but I am concerned about what something can grow into without people even meaning it to do that. Okay, so what I'm saying is I'm attacking a way of reaching people, not anyone in particular. So please don't take it as a personal affront if anyone feels that way. But there have been a lot of Facebook posts recently against Christmas, which is fine. It's a pagan holiday. I don't know. I mean, I'm Jewish. I never liked Christmas to begin with. I don't care. But I do care about the way they're stirring people up. It's attacking Christmas. I've seen it attack Easter. I've seen it attack Christianity in general for the anti-Torah and the anti-Semitic teachings of the Christian church over the last couple of thousand years. Hey, like I said, I'm Jewish. Believe me, I do not like what Christianity has done to Jews for thousands of years. But the problem is, we got to be careful how we approach it. Are we preaching positive works? Are we preaching a positive way to approach things, or are we just preaching against something, saying they've lied to you, they've done this to you, you've been forced to do this, it's not right, we should come against this? It's like in sales. You can't really effectively sell something if you're just going to attack all the other products. You can talk about the other products in comparison, but you need to be positive about your product. And when people are posting and talking totally against rabbinic traditions or Christian man-made holidays, and that's all they do, they just come against, well, that's bordering on demagoguery, if that's a word. It's bordering on that, and that's my concern. I'm looking a little beyond just how wrong Christianity has been about so many things. I'm looking at how are we approaching the way we should handle the problem. All of these things are very careful. You have to be careful. That's what I'm saying. You just have to be careful. And we need to be able to watch for it, because the enemy of God will be a demagogue. The enemy of God will be a demagogue. Okay? He will come, or she, we don't know. It doesn't have to be he. I'm not even going to go into the political posts I've seen about you-know-who. I'm not going to mention Hillary. But anyway, so we have to be careful of what we do. We need to be wise. We need to use the Ruach HaKodesh and discernment of God to understand what's happening. Because it's dangerous. I think it's dangerous. I think we need to look at it. Now, you could say, well, hey, Yeshua was a demagogue, right? Because Yeshua spoke against rabbinic traditions. He spoke against the Pharisees. He told people that they had been misled, that they weren't taught right. He called them, whitewashed sepulchres. So was he a demagogue? In my opinion, no, he wasn't. And the reason why is because he did not preach against tradition. He did not preach against the Pharisees. He did not preach against the Romans. He did not preach against the traditions of men. But he preached for God. He preached for the kingdom of God. He preached for a better spiritual understanding of the Torah. His messages coming from him were all about God, salvation, the kingdom of God, how to treat each other, and that is what he preached. Now, did he attack the Pharisees? No. Did he counterattack the Pharisees? Yes. Read the Gospels again, please. Don't read it knowing what the story is. Go in there, clear your mind, forget what you know, forget what you've been taught. Read the Gospels with a brand new viewpoint. Go in there like a scholar trying to analyze what's happening, and I believe you will see what I see. Yeshua did not attack anybody. He counterattacked. He never said anything against the Pharisees or Rome or anybody unless they first attacked him. All of the things he says about how wrong the Pharisees are, and he wasn't against traditions. He was against those traditions that the Pharisees created, rabbinic traditions that overruled God's commandments. All right, the story of the Korban. I can't give you money you need, mother and father, because I promised it to the synagogue. No, that's what he talked about. He preached against traditions that overruled God's commands. He did not have a problem with traditions in general. He never did. Just those that were more important than God, according to man-made ideas. He didn't preach against anyone, but he did come against them when they attacked him, when they asked him about marriage, when they asked him about paying taxes. Read the Gospels. Everything he said that was against was as a counter-argument to them attacking him. But what he preached, what he talked about, what he told people before he was attacked by the Pharisees was always positive about God. It was not asking for rebellion. It was asking for internal rebellion. He didn't say rebel against the system. The Pharisees have misled you. Rome's bothered you. He didn't do that. He said internal rebellion. Internalize your problems. Internalize what you need to do. And that's how we tell the difference. When you read Facebooks, when you hear people on the TV, when you hear things preached, this is how you know the difference between whether somebody's really talking in a positive way to bring you closer to God and edifying you, or if they're just a demagogue who's just appealing to your emotions. And the one thing is, if somebody's really, really popular, that's the first sign for me. That's the first sign of a demagogue, because it's really easy to come against something. It's really easy to stir people's emotions against a common enemy. It's very hard for people, though, to look inside and say, I need to listen to this person because he's telling me about what I need to do for myself. Yeah. So if somebody's really popular, the first thing I do is I want to listen to what they're saying carefully. And that's it. That's how you tell the demagogue from just somebody who is preaching in an edifying, godly way. You need to listen. Are they normally and mostly coming against something, preaching rebellion against the system, or are they giving you something that doesn't require rebellion but internal change? Are they talking about your relationship with God and how to improve that instead of how to change something else? If it's talking about changing yourself and getting your relationship with God better, I think that's something you need to listen to carefully. If what you hear is, they're wrong, this is bad, they haven't told this, they shouldn't say that, bing, 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 red flags, listen carefully. I'm not saying people saying that are wrong. I have talked against things too, but in a way to show how that was wrong. And it always has to end up with a positive edification on how we can make our relationship with God better. So if it's focused on you and God, work with it. If it's focused on something else outside of you and God, well, keep the ears open, keep the eyes open, and let the Ruach HaKodesh tell you what's going on. Be guided by supernatural discernment, because human beings are all like sheep, easily led astray. And when the enemy comes, he will lead us astray. He will attack our emotions. He will make Hitler look like a bad speaker. You gotta be careful. All right, I've been going on about this, and I appreciate your patience. I hope I'm making sense to people here. So thank you very much for listening. Have a great day. If you celebrate the holidays, please celebrate it in a way that honors and glorifies God above. And again, go to my website, please, messianicmoment.com. Check out my books. If you like what I'm saying, please share me out. If this word makes sense to you, then please help me spread it. And thank you very much. God bless you all. Baruch Hashem.